We're talking to Mrs. DRunions, and the topic is AIDS and white females. And of course, Ms. Runions, let's give you, during this last segment, an opportunity to talk about some of your activities. We also know that you've been connected with the Center for Disease Control in Atlanta, Georgia, and you've occupied not only positions there, but you have an insight into what is going on in reference to this disease, and perhaps a better insight perhaps than most people would have, primarily because of your relationship with that organization. Let's talk about you and the CDC.
Okay. I work for the Division of Adolescent School Health, and every state in the union who chooses can have money from the CDC to do HIV education. Not every state chooses to do that, but Tennessee does and has for a very long time. When I was talking about the vaccine is going to be years away. When I was on the President's Advisory Council, we asked him to set a date certain, which was 2007, that we would try to do the same as Kennedy when he said, let's go to the moon in 10 years. So our thing was, let's get a vaccine in 10 years. It's very difficult to get a vaccine with HIV because the virus mutates so much, and because there's so many different strains. Now we have drug-resistant strains because of those of us who don't take our medicines exactly correctly. And let me just say, it's very difficult to take the medicine correctly. I have a degree, and I had to call my doctor this week and say, am I supposed to be taking 2 of these a day or 1? And so I had it all messed up. Plus, it's hard to remember, did I take this in the morning, or was that yesterday? So we create mutant strains, and then the vaccine is going to have to deal with that too. The other problem we have is drug manufacturers do not want to work on a vaccine because you're going to have to give the vaccine to the world. It's not going to make a lot of money. Not for the drug company. So they don't want to do it. And you know what they actually said to us on the international panel? They said, if we have a chance to make a vaccine, spend all of our research and development money on a vaccine that we have to give away, or we have a chance to put some more research and development into something like Viagra, what do you think we're going to do? It's just plain old
dollar and cents.
It is. It is. And when we said we will pay the $7 a pill, the $15 a pill, if you will give it to Africa, they said no. We said just give them the patent, just let them be able to make their own, and they said no.
So you really think that it's possible that they could give us some kind of vaccine in some kind of reasonable time, but they're refusing to do it primarily because they can't sell it? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I believe. That's what I heard.
You got the insight into it, and
that's what I heard them say. And so I was appalled. But I'll tell you who is funding it, and it's Bill and Melinda Gates. They have put more money into vaccine research than the federal government, and certainly more than pharmaceutical companies. So they are going to give it to the world if they ever get it to happen. But I think that's the only way we're ever going to bring the epidemic to an end, because people's behavior is not going to change that much. I'm in a support group, and one of the very smart people, one of the wise people in my group, said that the reason why we continue to have the epidemic is because it's more important to make a connection than it is to live, because life is not worth living without that connection. We're not going to stop people from connecting. The only thing that's going to bring it to an end, I believe, is a vaccine. And I have had lots of letters telling me that they wished that their tax dollars did not go to support me, keep me alive, don't help me give any medicine.
Now, you found that to be an attitude that people have exhibited in reference to this disease?
In the last 2 years, never until this last 2 years, I'd never had hate mail, but now I get it. And my response is,